Good morning from here in Center City, Philadelphia. Today I'd like to address comments from a friend of mine that I actually met playing a game on my phone, but a friend of mine that through our conversation and through encouraging each other, we both found out that we were Christians. So then he ended up messaging me and he asked me to actually do this video. So I did, because I want to be a good friend. And his comments and questions and his concerns were as follows. I'm just going to read right from my phone, right, the text. Wanted some ideas on bringing God into our culture today, how to become a God follower in all that we do with our family, school, sports, hobbies, friends, so on and so forth. But he wanted to get teens to treat all that stuff all the same with God in their life. In any situation they're in, they need to know God is with them, good or bad, and they can make a difference in others' view of Christ by standing up and showing they are Christians. Actually, I believe my friend is from Texas. It's odd. I have a lot of Texas friends, even though I'm from Philadelphia. We don't like each other sometimes because of football. I get it. But I appreciate that message for many reasons. Because there's an obvious desire for some people to reach others and to build a community and build family for the right reasons. This relationship built between me and the other person has nothing to do with money or some ulterior motive. It's really just centered around the love of Christ and other people. And I'm a Christian myself, and I have no problem telling people that and sharing my faith with others. So I take this as an opportunity to do so. We're getting straight to the point, straight to the topic at hand. Bringing Christ into this culture is something that is always going to be a subject of concern as long as people are living. What normally happens in life is that God has a plan for us, and this world has another plan for us, and it's to divert us from what God has for us. There's so many different opportunities to bring God in this culture, but it takes a level of faith, obviously, determination, and sacrifice. It takes choice and a willingness to do so. But to get less vague about it, I think of it in three different subjects, I guess, topics. Well, I take education, work, and expression as three major ways to bring God into our culture. First and foremost is education. Education is the start of knowing. Being wise is is a very good thing. And it's very easy to say, especially as Christians, that education starts with the truths and the reality of the Bible. But it doesn't end there. The education of people and how people react to it. But also how we work is a way to bring God into this culture. I mean, everything has to be built. I mean, I'm standing in one of the most historical cities, if not the most historical city in the United States, that was built through hard work, the purpose of serving God. Yeah. I don't know if you know, but even the Liberty Bell has a Bible verse on it. William Penn, that sits on top of City Hall up here, had specific purpose, Christian purposes for this nation. It wasn't just said. Somebody had to build all this stuff through hard work. So we are walking around the hard work that it takes to bring God into this culture. But also expression, which through the arts, which you can even see this paintbrush off to the side over here. I'm actually standing next to the Pennsylvania Academy of Fine Arts. You can bring God into this culture in many different ways. I mean, shoot, look at this. I'm even making a video right now at 3:30 in the morning. Through video, through comedy, through singing, through writing, through dancing, you name it. Well, that's a choice that we make. And we don't just hand over that choice to other people, which I'll get to in a second. One of the things I love about this text that I just got is that his concern is not just for himself, but it's for teens. I think he's like a youth leader. And his concern is for teens. He might feel that teens either don't or have a hard time bringing God into everything that they do. And that's okay. But I think the reason why that happens is because teens are like teens are like everybody else. Teens need to be encouraged. Now, teens are funny. I think teens are very, very funny. Teenagers, because they're very awkward. I mean, we're all awkward, but they're especially awkward because they're growing. They're obviously growing. They're learning a whole lot about themselves, about others, about this world, and things are just opening up to them. And they need some obvious guidance, like a lot. So their needs are very clear. Teens also need direction. Teens need love. We're talking about Christianity. It's based off of love and relationships. I think they have a hard time because in this world, I know from personal experience, it seems as if they always go to this next thing that they're just getting talked at. And this is what you should do, this is what you should do, this is what you should do. When really what they're looking for is an example. And they're looking for like inspiration. Teens have all the energy in the world. But they need to find the right avenues to place that energy. And as Christians, we are actually battling against what this world, like I was explaining before, like this world that will try to divert them in other directions. They need to be encouraged, and not just by the people that they see on TV. And I mean, they're going to be if you let that happen. But they need to be encouraged by us, which really, if the concern is for teenagers to learn how to treat everything in their life with reverence to what God has for them, that responsibility needs to be placed back on us. Because we are the reflection of what God has for us to live a certain way. Are we truly encouraging teens with how we live? Are we educating ourselves? Are we teaching teens and letting teens know how we learn? And not just in our successes, but in our failures. And through the rest of this video, I'll use myself as a perfect example. There's things I've learned in my life in high school and while I served in the United States Navy, and I could look all smart and talk about nuclear power because that's actually what I've been doing for the last 16 years of my life. But what about my struggles? Can I be real with a teen about my struggles? Like, I failed Spanish twice in high school. Twice. Then I think it was humor, so I married somebody from Guatemala. That was good job. So I should have paid attention. But being able to share that experience with a teenager makes it a little more real. Say, hey, look, I should have paid more attention. If I would have known what I know now, I'd be a whole lot better off knowing Spanish. So I know what's happening when I'm getting yelled at. When I make mistakes. That's a partial joke, but partially true. But also in work, can I share with people not just what I do, but how I do it, how I work? Can I be joyful for what God's given me in my day-to-day job? And not just with nuclear power. What about, I don't know, landscaping? I've actually done landscaping for a couple years. And how I even go about doing that can be an encouragement to others. And invited people to come out with me. Because like I said before, it's about relationships. But then the even more fun, I mean, I have a lot of fun doing education and work. But the other part is expressing. Because everybody has a really, really wide opinion on how to express express their feelings and emotions, especially through like music. It's almost rare to find somebody that doesn't like music, some kind of music. Or how to dance to the music, how to sing, how to write. And that's just one example. What about through humor? Most people love to laugh. Me personally, I like to share my music with others. That's why I've posted videos of playing the piano, or doing comedy, or I don't know, fill in the blank. I'll put some examples out there. E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagle! But there's so many different ways, and letting a teenager know that they belong either in one, two, or all three of these different categories, but based underneath what God has for their life, they need to know that and need to be encouraged, not just through words, but through living. Because, as said in the text, they need to know that God is with them through thick and thin, through good and bad. But that's the biggest part. If you really break down what Jesus Christ has done, when I break it down, what he's done for me, he's been there for me in my worst of times. And that's what's made the difference. Like being the most popular person, or being the star quarterback, or the captain of the cheerleading team, or the really smart person that everybody looks up to, or it's really, really easy to find people that are going to be available to you when everything is going well. The difference in Christianity and what Jesus Christ did is he met people where they were at, in their imperfection and at their worst. And that's what I think we struggle most with. Naturally, as people, we want comfort. Just like right now, I want comfort because it's stinking cold. But I'm willing to freeze my butt off a little bit. I'm willing to be a little uncomfortable for somebody else. I'm willing to walk with other people in their imperfection, even when it might offend me. That's okay. Because ultimately, it's about love and relationships. And if you truly know that, truly believe that, and truly want to live that, then what you're willing to do for Christ changes. You're willing to come out on North Broad Street in Center City, Philadelphia at 3:30 in the morning and do a video for somebody that you've never met face to face for him. You're really ready to stretch your mind in education in ways that you can never imagine, and to pass that information along to somebody else for him. You're willing to work your butt off and earn money, not just for your family and your kids, but to develop opportunities for other people and help them realize what their talents and skills and gifts and dreams are so they can live for Him. And then you can share the way that you express, and you can encourage others to express themselves in whichever way that God speaks to them. All for His sake. For His agenda, for what He wants. Because what He really wants is for us to be a family. No matter where we're from, no matter the color of our skin, our financial background, all the things that make us different. He looks at all that and says, you know what? With all of you guys, everyone needs love. Can we do that? I know me personally, that's my life mission. I'm called to be here in Philadelphia, but I'm also called to encourage those wherever. And in this case, it's actually kind of directed towards Texas, and I never saw that coming a couple weeks ago. But I'm willing, and I'm going to continue to do this. And what I want to do is also be available myself. Please ask your youth leader, if you're a teen, questions. But if you have other questions, just message me as well. I'm going to do my best, because we have to do this together. I want to do my part in walking with my brothers and sisters in Christ, current and the ones that aren't yet, so we can work out our faith and be in heaven together in the future, when that time is to come. Thank you for allowing me to share today, and I look forward to going through this life journey together going forward in the future. Have a great day.